Welcome to the video. This is a different type of video. If you see around me, I'm in my car recording the video. Usually I'm in a study room. If this is your first time watching these videos, uh, on Tuesday, I usually do a weekly update video, and on Thursday, I do a problem-based video, which basically is I had a problem in my life and I solved that problem. And through solving that problem, I share with you my methods, my goals, my methods, how I did it and everything. And then, so it's basically how to solve you guys' problems if you have the same problem as me. And so that's the Thursday video that provides a lot of value for you. My Tuesday videos, which I like to make these videos more, are my weekly update videos. And so, like I said, usually I'm in a study room, but I couldn't get a study room, so it's in my car today. So sorry if, the video isn't as good, the video quality isn't good, but it's the best we got, And so let's get into it. So if you don't know, my name is Tyler Van Journen. I'm trying to improve my life, and I'm trying to show you the way that I do it. So I'm bringing you along with me on a journey to a better life. At least that's how I feel. That's why I made this channel. There's a couple reasons why, but that's a main one. Another reason is to leave a legacy for myself, a legacy for you, but also for my children. I want to have children later on. And, I don't have a good memory. And so I want to record my thoughts in these video journals. And then so later on in my life, I can go back over them, or, my grandkids can go over them and see, like, what was I like? Or when I die, I can have an AI take all the info I have from these videos and replace me. And my kids have something, that can help them make decisions for them, based on my perspective of life. And so that's what this channel is about. And it's also about providing value for you guys. I don't make these videos for money or anything like that. So maybe later on I'll have a separate channel for that. But these are videos of basically blogging about my life and the problems I've had and solved. And so that's what these videos are. And today it's a Tuesday. So this video was going to be about my week and everything and how everything's gone since last Tuesday. And so let's get into it. On Tuesday or whatever, if from Tuesday, there hasn't been a lot. I've been chugging along on my college classes. If you don't know what any of my college classes or what's that about or whatever, I'm going to an Western Governors University, and I'm trying to get my accounting degree in a couple months. And I already had classes already transferring in because I had some classes already in other universities. But so I'll be getting my accounting degree in a couple months, and that's been my main focus for the last couple weeks. However, I have to say this, however, I have dropped back a little bit on my intensity on my classes. So because I've really found that the college degree will be useful for me, but it's not like a definite I need to have it like it used to be. And so what do I mean by this? So basically I've made a decision and I'm going to talk about this in another video. Right now I work at a Whataburger, which is a fast food chain, and I make about $20,000 a year. Okay. I got the accounting degree because I was going to get an accounting job and boost my income to 60K because that's what entry level accountants can make, maybe 50K, 60K, whatever. That's the general basis for entry level. And so I could make 60K, so I wanted to get the degree so I could get into a job as an accountant. However, the way I figured that out is I'm moving by the end of the first week of October, okay? Maybe October 1st, maybe October 3rd, 4th, whatever. I haven't really decided yet. Sorry if my camera's shaking or whatever. I'm doing it on my lap. My laptop's on my lap. And so I'm moving out and I'm starting from scratch. So I don't have any network, no friends, no job, no place to rent. I'm starting from scratch. So I have to find all that stuff out when I'm moving there. And I'm doing that as a challenge to myself. But I have a crossroads in my path because this is a major change in my life. It's moving out of my parents or whatever and going out on my own. It's taking responsibility for myself. I'm going out on my own. I have to figure all that stuff out. It's like my coming of age ritual for me. And I'm 23, so it's kind of a little late, but that's what it is I'm moving out trying to figure everything out. And, that's my coming of age. I'm taking all these risks. And so I have a turning point in my life. And I've been thinking over this for the last couple weeks, really, is do I start my own business or do I get an accounting job and then, take the stable path and build up wealth through my accounting job and use that for personal growth? Because really what the reason I wanted to get the accounting job was not to stay an accountant forever. I always wanted to start my own business and I wanted to build a path to wealth because the accountant, unless I move up the corporate ladder, I'm not going to make a lot. I'm making 60K a year. That's not enough. Even, I can't save all of it. I'm using that to invest in myself, that money to invest in myself. So I'll never become a millionaire unless I have a higher income. And so I always thought I was going to start a business later on, maybe a couple years later when I have a stable income that had brought in enough money for, I didn't have enough liabilities and everything. I had paid off all my credit card debt and I paid all off my credit, college loans and everything. And then that's when I would start my business. But I've been really deep searching really hard because I really wanted to start a business eventually, but I realized that there's a path ahead of me with this new starting point. I could go and get the easy path, it is the easy path. Get the stable job as an accountant. You know, use that money, that extra money I have to get a better apartment and to invest in myself, pay off my debts and then invest in myself. For example, I've always wanted to learn a fighting skill. So boxing, not jujitsu. I like boxing or kickboxing or some type of that, but I need lessons for that. I've never had enough money to do that. Another thing I wanted to do was climb all the seven tallest mountains on all the continents. That's like the seven summit challenge or whatever. But I was never going to be able to do that unless I had enough money saved. And so my way to build wealth is either, climb the corporate ladder or start my business. And I know it's intensely competitive to climb the corporate ladder. So many people do that because it's a less risky way than start a business, because that's the two ways to become an elite in America, really. If you count outside like the politicians or whatever, is to either join a company and work your way up the corporate ladder till you're executive level, CEO, CFO, CTO, CTO, whatever it is, executive level and make like 250K a year, or you're a successful business owner. And I call this the establishment elite and the counter elite. And the establishment elite run society or whatever, keep everything well maintained and everything. And then the counter elite start the businesses, and grow society as a whole, or they take over part of society that the elite, you know, the establishment held control over. And that's what a lot of innovative companies do. But I know in I'm not an Ivy League college graduate. I can't put in 30 years just to climb the corporate ladder. And so I have to take the risky path. And so after a lot of decisions, I've decided to move starting up my business in advance and, pushing out the job later out of the window. And it's a risk, but I've done a lot of soul searching to make this decision, because ultimately my goal in life is self transformation. And so I want to grow into the best person possible. I want to experience the most things possible. And for that, I need money. And for that, I need to provide value to society. And I think business is the way to go because one, the profits are amazing if you become good at business, and the risks are high too, but you become really good at it. So the money comes in, but also you have to face a ton of challenges in business, compared to being an entrepreneurial, which is what I call someone who climbs the corporate ladder and, provides value to the corporation they serve that they're a part of. And so I've chosen the business, but also the last 2 weeks when I put in that 2 weeks notice and I only have 4 more days of work to really go. And I put in that 2 weeks notice, I felt so much relief. Because before then, I had only had jobs for like 6 months, 3 months, maybe a little bit longer, and because I only worked weekends, some jobs or whatever. But this was like my first full time job for 2.5 years. Now, for half of those years, whatever, I was going to college at the local college, PSC, before I transferred to Western Governors University. And for that year, I only did 3 days a week of work. I worked part time, but for the last like year or so, the last 6 months to a year, I've been full time, 30 to 40 hours a week. And what really has gotten to me is I don't like working for someone else. I really like the freedom of mine. And, I've come to realize that with all the development I want to do, I have to have time for that. I have to make plans around that, and a job won't allow that. Now, with a business, I'm always going to be tuned to the business and I'm going to be working, sometimes 12 hours days or whatever. But I think it's worth it. And I develop myself because I have to deal with sales and marketing and hiring people, building connections, networking, and I'll have to do all that. And I also want to reach the highest level of society. I want to see what the highest levels of society. And some people might be like, that's a wrong thing. You shouldn't, that's greedy or whatever. But that's part of the motivation. I wouldn't say it's the most motivating part of me, but it's part of my motivation because I want to use those experiences to transform myself. It's like the, caterpillar transforms into the butterfly. And so I think business is the choice for me. And I've done a lot of deep soul searching for that. And so I've decided when I move to Charlotte, I'm going to be starting a bookkeeping slash accounting business, really bookkeeping to get my foot in the door. And I chose, accounting for my first business because I have some experience in it with college and I've never had a job in bookkeeping. And some people might say you need a job for bookkeeping and everything. And no, you can learn while you go. And, having an accounting job is different than having an accounting business and starting a business. From what I've read in the books, the research I've looked up in the YouTube videos I watched of it, successful accounting firm owners. And so I've decided to take the hard path, the uncertain path, which is to start the business. And what prompted me from that? Well, one, it's like Whataburger. When I put in that 2 weeks notice, I was so relieved and I realized I didn't want to be forced into a schedule, because my Sandra, my manager, would always be like, well, notice before you do anything. But what if I wanted to be spontaneous? What if I wanted to do something? I could never do that as a employee without taking time off if I'm salaried, but if I'm not or if I'm hourly, I can't do that. I get a schedule 2 weeks in advance. If I'm hourly, I can't do that. I can't develop myself. I can't move and choose something spontaneously. Something can't come up and then I can't be like, I can't go to work that day because I'm scheduled for that day. And so I realized I have to choose business. And, another reason is for the age of AI is coming. And so I want to be a business owner for that. Accounting job might be automated, but business owners getting clients, managing people, all that stuff, getting sales, all that, managing your expenses, your overhead, that's all parts of a business. And I don't think that's going to be overtaken by AI. And so I have to, AI might automate my accounting job and it might automate a lot of jobs. And so I have to choose the path. Logically, I think business, while it is a risky proposition, I think it's necessary, at least for me, because like I said, I'm not an Ivy League college student, going into investment banking or whatever. I'm not a managerial manager at a big company or whatever. I don't have any way in. I don't have any networks with me. And I don't want to rely on my parents for any networks or getting a job. And so I don't have the networks for the institution elite or whatever. I wasn't born to old money. I didn't go to an Ivy League or a really good college or whatever. I'm not a manager in a big company. So, and it's just so competitive to reach the higher levels for, to become a CFO or CEOs or whatever. So I chose the business, but I think the thing that really prompted me is was a dream that I have, and I'll talk about this in the video. It's only a little bit, but what really stuck with me is I think my dream, my subconscious was communicating to me through a dream that I should choose business. Everything was pointing on I should choose business over accounting because I had a talk with my dad that night when before I had the dream a couple days ago, and then I had the dream, and it like encapsulates all of what I talked about with my dad, but even more from my subconscious. And so that's my subconscious is telling me, take the step towards business. And it's the hardest thing to do, you know, for me to go into business. I'm not a risky person, at least originally. You could have asked me a couple years ago. I never wanted to go into business. I wanted a stable life. I wanted to have a family or whatever and just work for 40 hours and then have fun for the rest of the hours. But, I think part of it's because my mentality has changed, but also I've put on muscle and my testosterone surely has increased with the more muscle I've had. That's a fact from science studies. You can look that stuff up, how muscle, for men at least, increases testosterone. And that testosterone increases risk taking. Excuse me. And so that the change is like before I was going to delay it until I had this, stable job to start the business. But now I have to do the business. Like this is a turning point in my life. And I have to take advantage of that because this is an inflection moment in my life. It's like there are two parallel timelines of the future. Where me, I did this stable job and then later, and then another one where I did the business first and, I never got a job. And so I'm going all in on the business, and that's been a hard decision to make. And, I'm going to have to suffer through a lot. I'm going to have to learn all these lessons. And that's the thing. Like most people are like, people do the business for money. You should do the business for money. But the real reason for me for money is to develop myself, for the business is to develop myself. It's not, the money or whatever. I could be fine with 100K a year. And yeah, I want to transform the world. I want to have influence in society. I want to have power in society so I can influence society in a way I think could be better. Um, and I think anyone will want to do that. At least if you're a male, I would assume you want to do that. Like, most guys have two types of personalities in them. I call it like the twin soul. You have the ambitious predator man that wants to go to war and go through the hardest situations and save a village or whatever, the hero inside of us. And then you have the safe father figure who wants the best for his children and who wants to have a stable life and, wants to have the family and a wife that doesn't have to be beautiful, just that's loyal to him and everything, and doesn't have any ambitions or any of that. And so like all men have that soul and that twin souls inside of them. That's a term I just made up in this video. But I've really developed that part of myself, and I've been reading some psychology books lately, and I read parts of I haven't finished it, but the psychology book that's really famous for males is Kings, Warrior, Magicians, Lover, and there's a female version of it which has seven stereotypes, or archetypes. That's what it is. So males have four different archetypes or whatever, and I really think the business really will make me put more effort and help me transform myself into having more kingly energy. So the king and the warrior types of energy. And so I want to develop those types. And I think business is the way to go. And I think that's what my dream was really showing in me. And I'll analyze the dream in another video. And so that's the main thing for this, going forward for this channel is also I'm gonna, share my business, how my business is going on this YouTube channel, and you get to see me transform into a successful business owner. And it might take 20 years. I'm on the long journey, okay? I'm not gonna quit after a year. No, if I'm going into entrepreneurship, I'm going all in. So for 20, 30 years, this is going to be it. This is going to be working long ass hours, trying to build my business and, hiring people and everything. And it's going to be an adventure. And I'm happy to share this adventure with you guys. And it's going to be an adventure of highs, really high highs and really low lows. And I get to share with you on this channel. And so that's the big status update for the week, but also for my life is I'm going into business. And so for the last week or whatever, my colleges, I've moved away from doing like 4 or 5 hours of studying for college or whatever. I've decreased my time of focus onto the college degree because I'm not getting a job in accounting or whatever, and I'm focusing on business. Because for an accounting business, you don't need to have an accounting degree. You don't even need anything. Now, the only thing I can't do for an accounting business is auditing. And I think assurance, you have to have a CPA for that. I won't be able to get that without, with just a bachelor's. I'm still going to get my bachelor's because, it's a wish for myself to know. I can now know I can get a bachelor's degree. It's for my parents. It's always been my parents' wish. So I'll get that and everything, and so I'm still getting the degree, but I've slowed down in the classes. I just know by the end of the year I'm getting my degree. That's it. I've moved the date back. It used to be like in a month, 2 months from now, but no, I've moved back the date, and so that's the big update. Like, keep along with the ride or whatever. Now let's talk about other things. I've been reading some psychology books. I've downloaded some psychology books, and I've been reading them. Because if you don't know me, I know most of you haven't watched the using music to tune your music using music to tune your emotions. I think it's gotten like 4 or 5 views. It hasn't really done well, but that's one of the most proud videos of mine. I like that video more than my skincare. And that video um was based on how I tune myself to music. And that's the psychology of it and the methods of it and everything. However, so I've always been interested in developing myself, and part of that is my mental health. Sorry, the audio quality is probably really bad. So I've developed myself mentally the last 2 years. I could talk about all the trauma I've had, and now I've developed a lot of myself, but I still have problems. Okay, and so I I I know the audio quality is really bad. Um, and so I want to fix my mind, but also develop my mind more. And so I think I need more professional help. And so I've been turning to psychology recently. It's not like I'm mentally ill or anything. I fixed all my mental problems in the last 2 years. I used to really be really depressed, if you don't know, almost suicidal. I almost committed suicide. And I fixed that over the last 2 years. But now I want to go further. So I've been reading. That's why I read parts of it. I haven't finished it. King, Warrior, Magician's Lover. Okay, and I'm reading other books like by Carl Jung. I like the archetype stuff, but I've been reading other stuff. Some book about psychology in the classroom and teaching, really teaching. And other books and everything. And I really want to develop my King energy, the warrior type of energy, into using the business. And so that's another thing I've been doing. Let's talk about YouTube. I've gotten another subscriber. I've gotten 12 subscribers. It's been basically a month, maybe more than a month since I started this channel, which is amazing. I got 12 subscribers now. Keep on going. My views are lower now. My skincare is still my best video. And then I've gotten like, 100 views on my Dolan back training video, which I haven't really done Dolan back in a while because I've been moving and I had to focus less on that. Now I will be getting more into that when my life is more stable. And what do I mean by stable? It's when I have an apartment. I don't mean stable like I'm having an income from my business. No, I mean stable as I have an apartment. That's it. I have a place to live in Charlotte. I have a home base for me to set everything up and I can make better YouTube videos. I don't have to do it in my car where the audio quality off my computer is really bad. Um, and so I I really want to emphasize that. So I've been doing that. That's been developing my mind. I had 400 push-ups 2 days ago. I rested yesterday and I've done like 150 push-ups, or I'm going to be doing 150 today because I'm still kind of sore from 400 push-ups. But let's go. I can do 300. If I do 300 a day, that I don't have a problem with that. 400 pushes me. So 400, that was my PR. That's my PR so far per day. I do it in 10, reps of 10 really. Sometimes I do it in 20, like one a couple times, but really I do 10 at a time per set. And so, I've gotten up to 100. I'm hoping to hit 500 by the time I leave for Charlotte. Maybe more, maybe 1,000. That would be amazing if I had 1,000 push-ups per day. My chest has been developing. I posted another Instagram post on showing my physique and everything. That's what my Instagram is about. If you want to see pictures of my physique as I'm bulking, I am bulking. So what does that mean? The problem with that is mentally productivity has gone down because I'm not at my optimal level of body fat percentage for a male, which is 15% or lower. So testosterone has gone down more. My hands are starting to shake more. My hand tremors have come back because I'm not at my optimal body fat percentage. And that's the only thing that could cause my hand tremors to get a little bit worse. They're still not bad, and so I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, that's the fitness goal. The YouTube goal, I hit 12 subscribers. I have like 900 views. Let's go. I'm almost hit the what? I think it's like 1,000 views to get monetized or whatever. I told mom just before this video that I have a YouTube channel or whatever. Typical mom. First thing she starts to, well, you could start making money on it and everything. Because I told my mom I don't, I'm doing videos, but my videos are like an hour long. And she was like, no, 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 you got to be doing the 15 minutes. And I was like, well, I don't like doing 15 minutes. I like the hour long videos or whatever. And I was like, I'm only doing this for fun. And she was like, no, you should monetize or whatever. And I told her like my skincare video is my best video or whatever. And she's like, well, you could do more skincare or whatever. And I was like, no, this is a video, this is a YouTube thing to document my life. It's not about money. Maybe I'll start another YouTube channel that's more about money, but it's not about that. This channel is about my personal life, and I want to share it with you guys, and I want to develop confidence by sharing with you guys. And so I just, that's the stuff I've been really doing, the life progress. Um, and so, like I said, I mentioned the dreams. I mentioned this in the beginning of the video or parts of the videos, but I had a dream about starting a business. I interpret it as my uncertainty with starting a business. Okay. And this dream is really specific to me. And so I'm going to make a video, an hour long video. Maybe it'll be tomorrow, Thursday. I may make a video tomorrow on Wednesday. And it will be about my dream that helped me make the decision to start a business. Okay. When I move. But I will also talk about how I use the new AI o1, ChatGPT o1, to analyze my dreams. Because it's a really good tool for that. And I want to provide value in how you can do that. Now, that will probably be the only, yeah, I don't know for sure of whether I should show my dreams on YouTube. Because I'm going to make an exception for that dream. But what you got to realize is dreams are connected to the subconscious, the unconscious level. So you can learn a lot about someone through their dreams. And if you know stuff about their life at the time they had that dream. And so I think dreams are very personal things, and I don't want to be putting them out on the internet. And so I've really made the decision, even though I could probably make a ton of money and blow up my YouTube, make a YouTube channel and blow it up off of my dreams and my weird dreams or whatever. I've really decided I'm not going to monetize or show my dreams on YouTube, except for sorry if the air's in the way, except for the one that caused me to start a business. Or if I do, I'll say I had a dream that encouraged me for it. And I'll probably make a video. I'll make that video on Thursday, and I'll talk about the dream and how you should analyze your dream. And I've gone into dream psychology because I want to analyze, I want to communicate to my subconscious. And dreams are probably the best way to do that. And so I don't want to do that because dreams are really personal because you're talking to the personal unconscious. And so you can learn a lot by someone, and I don't, and so I really don't want to upload my dreams to YouTube. And so I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'll probably make a video about analyzing dreams and about the one that made me start the business, but I'm not going to talk about any other dreams. I've made that decision. Now, I have decided to start a journal documenting my dreams. And so that's a new habit I've picked up, and it won't take a lot of time in the morning. So I shouldn't have a lot of resistance. I've started the push-up challenge because I don't have a lot of resistance. I have push-up bars by my bed. Every day I wake up, I can do 10 or whatever. I don't have resistance to it, but it's different than if I have to go to the gym and, I have to work out, put on clothes, work out, come home, take a shower and everything. And so the dream journal is probably going to be easier to implement than, the Dolenbach training or the painting because I haven't really painted in like week, 2 weeks because I'm focused on the college and now I'm focusing on business. I know if you watch the last couple of videos, I'm jumping all over the places on my interests and everything, and I'm sorry for that. I'm still trying to learn more about myself and develop myself, but also you got to realize is there are two reasons. One, I'm reaching an inflection point in my life, so everything's chaotic in my life, okay? But the main number two part is I'm an ISTP, so I took a personality test. I talked about that in the last update video or or the weekly update before that. But I'm an ISTP, and we're very generalist um, types of people. We like to do a lot of things or whatever. And so in preparation for my starting a business, I've also gotten some art supplies. So I've gotten some paper, I've gotten a little bit of folders, I've gotten some pencils, some paper clips. I have the bag with Walmart stuff all on me. Paper clips. Because I'm starting a business and I've looked at all the different costs for it. This isn't something I'm going into half-assed. Okay? I'm really trying hard for this. Wow, my camera is really blurry. I don't know why my camera is so blurry. Um, and so I'm going into this with the knowledge. And so I'm going to probably be spending like 300, 400 bucks on supplies. And I haven't bought a lot of supplies because I haven't moved out yet. And I have limited space to move out because I'm moving out in my car. So I can't just hire a moving truck or anything, and I don't want to spend the money for that and everything. So I have to fit everything in my car. So I don't have a lot of space. And so I've gotten some arts, some supplies, and I'm gonna get a printer when I move to Charlotte, and I'll put it in my apartment. And I'm gonna base my accounting practice out of my home, out of my apartment or whatever. Okay, because it's either that or rent an office space or rent a co-working space or something like that. Keep costs low. I want to keep overhead low because I'm not going to have an income. What I've decided is I might do Uber Eats 4 hours a day to have a little bit of income, just a little bit. And I haven't even decided on that. And the thing with Uber Eats is I can do it at any time. It's flexible and everything. Or I might do DoorDash, whatever it is. I'll do that max 4 hours a day. And so that will, you know, give me some income. And so that business, I've really focused in on the business. So like I said, I got that supply stuff. Let me get some water. I know the video's really blurry. I really don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't have a light. My only lights are these two car lights that are in the top of the car or whatever. I was gonna do this by my parents' house or whatever, and the parent by my in the pool at my house or whatever, at my parents' home. I don't like to call it my house because it's not really mine, and I don't feel like it's mine, or I don't call it my home because, like I said, I don't feel like it's my home. And so I'm having all these choices or whatever. So I've developed the business, I'm starting to develop my business, and I've started to buy stuff for that supply stuff, but that's probably going to be the limit for what I buy. I did apply for a Chase Sapphire card. However, I don't know if they'll accept me. They haven't accepted or rejected me. I got a letter in the mail saying that we don't know if this is fraud or what. Call us or whatever. I did. It sent me a thing saying your application's in progress. I kept doing that. I couldn't reach anyone. So I don't know if it will get through. That's okay. I have about $20,000 in credit card use that I can use whenever I move to Charlotte. And the good thing about that is my credit increase for Capital One, my Capital One card, one of my cards increased to 6,000. Um, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing because that's the one that has 12 months, 0% interest. And so I have $6,000 for 6 months, you know. to use stuff. So I have a buffering point. That's the thing. If I didn't have enough money, if I didn't have these credit cards, I wouldn't be able to start a business. Or I'd be out on the streets for a couple day, a couple months, or I'd live out of my car for a couple months. This audio quality is really bad. And so don't focus on the video, voices of my voice. So I've made that choice. Becoming an entrepreneur. And it's like so shocking. And I'm sticking with that choice. Now, it's 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I gotta go to sleep. I am trying to wake up at 3 in the morning every day, or 2 in the morning, because then I can get some deep work done where no one's up and all that, and then I'll have enough time to do this deep work before I leave to go to PSC, and I can get a study room at PSC. That failed today. I woke up late, which is why I'm not making this video in a study room. That's a failure of mine. I was really watching entrepreneurial. I was watching a video by an entrepreneur who's kind of successful, who has done business since high school. However, they haven't posted for like 2 years. I didn't even notice this, but it was a she. She wakes up at 2 or 3 in the morning every single day, does deep work for a couple hours, then, works out, takes a shower, does the business stuff or whatever, like takes all the meetings with her business because she has a team of like 60 people with her business or whatever. I don't know what's happened to her the last year or whatever, 2 years since she hasn't posted anything. But I agree with that. I'm trying to switch over to that. Um, because I can wake up at like 6 or 5, but waking up at like 3 or 2, but I really need to do it. My parents wake up after 6 or whatever. I can't do anything that requires privacy or, hard work. It's hard to do that when my dad is coming in and out of the room or the dogs are parking or whatever because my dogs will be asleep at 2 or 3. So I'm trying to do that. So I'll be going to sleep in an hour after I upload this video to YouTube. Once it starts uploading to YouTube, I'll probably go to sleep. And so that's the big, big video. That's big weekly update video. It's been 37 minutes. This is going to be a shorter video because I don't have as much to update on, and I want to leave the meat of the weekly updates to other videos. And so I'll probably record a video on my dreams and how you analyze dreams with AI, and then another video about starting a business, the reasons I started business. I'll go into way more depth, but I didn't want this video to be too long. It's not the video quality is really bad, partly because of the lighting, but also I don't know why the camera is really bad right now on my computer. And so that's it for the video and for the life progress video. And so I don't know I think this is like seventh or eighth video progress. Um, And so thank you for watching. I always, I wave goodbye. See, now it's all blurry. The camera's really bad. I don't know why. This is goodbye. Have a good day. Have a fantastic week. A wadatastic week, as we say in Whataburger. I'm really sad. I'm gonna miss all of my coworkers. I gotta make a video on that. Make a video, a tribute to them. I gotta make a blog post for YouTube, for Instagram. I gotta make 2 blog posts. I gotta do an Instagram post tomorrow. That's why I'm waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning to get the deep work done, because the deep work will probably be my 2 blog posts. 3 because I gotta do a weekly update blog post. I forgot to do the last one for the last week. I don't know if I'll do that or not because there wasn't a lot of important stuff, I don't think, in the last video update. I have to go back and see. My memory isn't very good. That's partly the reason I do these videos. But that's it. Have a great day. I made this video just to stay consistent. I know the video quality isn't good, everything, but we gotta work with what we got. Okay. That's it. I don't expect this video to get a lot of views because video wise, audio wise, it's not very good. Um, so have a good day. This is my win for the day. I'm happy I got the win. So this is goodbye. Have a good day. Um, have a fantastic week. I got the beard shave. I asked this in the last video. Do you think I look better with a beard or without the beard? My haircut's a mess because I gotta get a haircut. Um, I gotta get a haircut. I'll be doing that. I only have 4 more days. I don't work. tomorrow or Thursday. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I'm off. Then I'm over with that job. Can't come back. They won't hire me. Sandra even told me that it's not her problem. It's just she's a corporate store. That Whataburger store I work with is a corporate store, and if you're fired or if you quit, you really probably aren't going to be hired back again. And Sandra can't do anything about it. Uh, I don't know if about that, if that's really true, if Sandra doesn't want to hire me again or some shit like that, or she doesn't like working with me. I don't know. I don't care because I don't plan on coming back, but that's the end of it. I got to get all the social media from my coworkers because I never really met anyone outside of work or whatever. I never really made friends with any of them, but I want to keep them in contact. You know, I can learn more about their life or whatever. And if they ever want to keep up with my life, they can because I really enjoyed working with a lot of my colleagues. And so that's goodbye. Have a great day. I always do the thumbs up. I say you can do it. I sometimes do the motivational stuff. I never can get the exit intro or outro right or whatever. So have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week. I believe you can do it. I'm taking steps to, build a better life for myself. That's my action step for this video. Build a better life for yourself. Start taking action in your life, developing the good habits. And that's all I ask of you. Join me along with the journey. I believe you can do it. I believe you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay. And so I think it's like I might make 3 videos because I'm kind of inspired on videos right now. So I might make 3 videos tomorrow. Wednesday might be a big video day. We may see. You might see me have a video on Wednesday. Who knows? It's goodbye. Thank you for watching. I'm serious. You watched the end with this bad audio quality. See, now it's good or whatever, or it's better at least. So that's all I have for today. Continue, continue with life. This is goodbye. I can't keep talking about how I'm going to end it. I'm not going to end it. I don't do any editing for these videos. So, good luck. If you watch to the end, wow. These videos are more about me than you. And I did this video just be consistent. I could have put it off to tomorrow and said, "Hey guys, I did it yesterday, but I forgot to upload it and lied to you guys." Or I could have said I failed and I didn't make the video or whatever. But I want to be consistent on the videos. I failed that before on the Thursday video. I didn't make a Thursday video, so I wanted to make that up. I wanted to be consistent, and so I had to make this video, even if it's in a shitty video. It's a shitty video with a shitty audio quality, and maybe you like this type of video. Video, it's really bad. So, thanks for watching. That's it. This is goodbye. Do your action. Have a better life. I believe in you. If I can do it, you can do it. Let's go. And so that's the end of the video. Goodbye.